let's get straight into it. So we're going to talk about Indiana Fever versus Las Vegas Aces, my favorite team. Atlanta Dream, my second favorite team, versus the Mystics. Now, there's going to be one word that I describe to sum up both games, and that's fortitude. Fortitude is the mental and emotional strength when facing adversity courageously. And so, both of those games describe that. Particular players come to mind when I think of fortitude. So, first thing first, let's start with the best. Las Vegas Aces versus who? Indiana Fever. This game was so close. My Las Vegas Aces scared me a little. They started off shaking. But you know who crept up on me and I didn't know? Asia Wilson. Now we all know never doubt the GOAT. Never doubt the Aces, never doubt the GOAT. So Asia was a little shaky in the first half of the quarter. That I didn't know that she snuck up and scored 26 points. That's what MVP does. That's what Defensive Player of the Year do. But speaking of my word, fortitude, remember the mental and emotional strength to fight adversity courageously. Go to none other than the Jackie Young. I don't know what was said in that room between the break. Jackie Young came back. Remember who Jackie Young were. Jackie Young came back being Agent Zero. Once Jackie gets started and Jackie know who she is, Jackie that girl. Now I need the Las Vegas Aces DJ to play when Jackie Young come out. Play some Jackie Yo, Jackie. Because that's all I was saying. I'm so proud of you, Jackie Young, Agent Zero. Agent Zero scored, I think they said, 20 points in 4 minutes. If aces mesh together and always play like that in a crisis, come out swinging, and not when they under pressure, my team are forced to reckon with. But sometimes we have those off night games, off nights, and right now it's not the time. But for me, win, lose, or draw, Las Vegas over who? Everybody. So we have to give it up. The player of the game to me is the Jackie Young. She fought and she fought hard. 20 points in 4 minutes, and overall she had 22 points. Let's give that girl a hand, Jackie Young. So we talked about Asia creeping up, showing us defensive player of the year status and why she's that person. But last but not least, but before I get into that, let's also give Nalissa Smith a hand. Big dog. Liz be doing what Liz has to do. Liz be doing what needs to be done. I love Nalissa Smith. Liz put up 14 points. Speaking of Las Vegas Aces, last but not least, the point guard, the magician, the one with the eyes in the back of her head, the Chelsea Gray. One word to describe Chelsea Gray: clutch. Chelsea Gray is the reason that I went for Team Rose in Unrivaled. So with Unrivaled, it was so hard to decide because I was rooting for whoever Jackie or Chelsea Gray was playing for, but I ended up going with Team Rose. Chelsea Gray is clutch in Unrivaled too. Just a clutch player all around. Chelsea Gray made the buzzer winner shot in the game that pushed it to overtime. And in overtime, she hit the buzzer winner. And so Las Vegas Aces defeated the Indiana Fever 86-84. Very, very close game. Overall, my assessment, Aces. Are we playing them scared? Is it the crowd? Like, what's going on when we play Indiana Fever? A standout thing from that game, there were some fans, and I wouldn't even say if their fans were supporters, were escorted out of the game as they should be. As they should be. A lot of people talk about how tumultuous it is in Indiana Fever environment. And I don't think that, we're not going to get onto that because they might not even push the video when you address certain situations that we know that's prevalent, that's going on in the WNBA. Let that sink in. Let's not forget, I want to talk about the Indiana Fever right now. Let's give that girl a hand. The best player in my eyes, and many of you eyes. As I always say, numbers don't lie, but they could be manipulated in the story in a way that someone wants it to be told. But a lot of this is getting what? Exposed. So, D. Kelsey Mitchell, the best player on Indiana Fever team, scored 28 points. Now, when I say fortitude, so let's take a moment for Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell dropped points in a game while simultaneously working on her PhD. Now, as a master level clinician, somebody working on their PhD, that's a lot of work, a lot of strength. So, hands out to that Black successful woman, Kelsey Mitchell, pulling off both, because both is titties. Both she performing at a elite level on and off the court. So, Kelsey Mitchell, you is her. Kelsey Mitchell scored 28 points. Now, speaking of fortitude, remember I said it's emotional strength to keep going through adversity courageously. We got to give it to Caitlin Clark. I gotta say, Caitlin Clark going against the Defensive Player of the Year, Asia Wilson, in that last move, and she did what a Defensive Player of the Year does. Got it down the other way for Las Vegas Aces, and did what needed to be done. The Defensive Player of the Year. But we got to give it to Caitlin Clark to go one-on-one. It was given Goliath and David. We have to give it to her for being courageous to go against her. So Caitlin Clark, hats off to you. Caitlin Clark scored 20 points. Not surprised. Now, before we get into the second game, I have to address, and this is why I have this on, the referee, the officiating. Before we get into Atlanta Dream and handle what need to be handled, the officiating, and not just with Atlanta Dream and the Mystics, all the way around from game one. You all are ruining the game. Basketball is mental as it is physical. And mentally, I feel like sometimes Atlanta Dream is not playing to their full capacity because they know the whistle is going to be blown. Not taking away some of the mistakes that they've made as a team. Can't take it away. So before we get into the game, let's talk about, I want to start from the head to the tail. So the officiating needs to be addressed. Carl, the coach, it can't be always the player. I love when the beautiful, I can't think of her name, Skylar Diggins, when she was asked a question in the press conference, Skylar said, that's a Tyler question. Because sometimes that's a coach question. The question that I want to know, Carl, while we get into this game, why Medina Okot is not in the game. Medina Okot is your answer. Why Okot not in the game? That's the answer. You got to know how to rotate with your rotations, put it into work. Okot need more minutes. Figure it out. I don't know what needs to be done, but do what needs to be done and give Okot more minutes. If we are playoff contenders, but if you're looking to win a championship, Atlanta has what it takes. Atlanta was close last year. Atlanta was doing well this year. Somehow, look at my shirt, y'all. The officiating. I think get to my girls because that whistle is not blowing fair. And to be honest with you, both teams, the whistle will blow, but we're going to call that call out that was called on Ron Howard towards the end that had her to put out the game, touch my soul, because that wasn't in tears. That was tears of frustration. Sometimes people cry when they're frustrated. Not always sad. It could be a combination of both. But that was a frustrated player to me to call that call, and it wasn't on her against the Mystics. So Carl, that's a Carl question. We need my girl Medina Okot to get more minutes. Fortitude. Let's go back to my word, Fortitude. And for the Atlanta Dream, the person that displayed fortitude, greatness. Allisha Gray. Allisha Gray fought and she fought hard during this game, physically and mentally. And I think my girl got a knot on the side of her head, so that need to be addressed. I'm just trying to find a theme. Correct me if I'm wrong and acknowledge me when I'm right. Cheyenne Parker Titus had a knot on her head, and I think it was against the Mystics. Now, don't get me wrong. I love them. Not love them. I like that team. I also like Cody McMahon. But sometimes I just want to see when she played AT. But yeah, that needs to be addressed immediately because we don't want people to think that's okay to do because that play that she did against Arika Wnba when she slammed her down. Now I get it, the physicality of sports, it can be there, but to a certain extent. Cody, I like you. I like your game, but sometimes I think sis poking her chest out. But they say she played like that in college. I like her. I like her strength. But however, what I don't like, I felt that Allisha Gray was getting punched on a bit much last night and other games too. So I can see why Atlanta Dream is frustrated and officiating and the whistle is not being called. But fortitude goes to you, baby girl, because you played with fortitude through and through at that game. And so Gray had 26 points. Ron Howard had 19. Let's give my girl Shakira. Now let's go over here to the Mystics. And Atlanta put up a fight because I really didn't think that it was going to be this close. So it was 74-79. Mystics won. I wouldn't say defeated because I see a common theme. All of the WNBA games be very, very close. So the girls putting up a fight. It's not no big gap in majority of the games. Shakira Austin scored 21. I got familiar with Shakira Austin game in our rival. She was on my team. She was on Team Rose. So shout out to Shakira, Cody, Kiki Iriafin. Congratulations, ladies of the Mystics. I like both teams, both players. It's all just competition. It's all sports. Leave it all on the court. Thank you all because everyone watches what? WNBA. The point guard. Let me get back to her because I didn't put my girl picture up. Well, it's Jackie Young. So before we get into Jackie Young, the point guard, let's talk about Jackie Young. I didn't put my picture up with the 15 consecutive points that Jackie Young scored. Let me get clarity on that. And that's from Aces. Never fold with Las Vegas Aces. We have our moments, but let's show them why we never fold. Let's show. And let's get to the point guard. Chelsea Gray, she made history again, but that's what we do down there in Las Vegas Aces. That's what we do, the standard. Overall, I love the game. I love how it turned out that my Aces won. I didn't like how it turned out in ATL, emotionally or mentally. But overall, that was fortitude. Thank you for tuning in to Nothing But Net. Also subscribe to the channel. This is going to be about WNBA sports. Leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts, your favorite team.